Alright, y'all, I got another one to show you. This particular rifle right here puts a smile on my face every time I pick it up. This particular rifle here is probably older than most of you watching, except for Mr. 45 Bullet. I'm sure he's handled it. And as you can see, this is not, and maybe you can't see, it's going to be difficult, and I apologize in advance. I'm having problems showing long guns, but this is just like what it states, it is a Marlin Model 99 M1 Carbine in .22 caliber. At first I thought it was the Model 70. I was watching Chrome Freaks, and he was tearing his down, so I went ahead and tore this thing down, just following his instructions on the Model 70, and come to find out it is not the Model 70. I'll show you the roll mark here in a minute. But I bought this gun when I was 14 or 15. I think I paid somewhere between, as I recall, it was like $40, or between 40 and 50, somewhere in that neighborhood. I know I had to work an entire week for it. During Christmas holidays, I'd work at a lumber mill, and I'm the one that caught the sticks in between the layers of hardwood on a grading chain. So during Christmas, I'd be out there in the rain and the wind, and put in a 40-hour week for $40 or someplace. $41, $42 after taxes, you know. It didn't go far. So I had to actually save to buy this. It originally came with an unfinished walnut stock. It has since got a patina on it from years and years and years as a kid shooting it, and squirrel guts, armadillo blood, you name it. I can't tell you how many tens of thousands of rounds have been fired through this, and I could tell you stories that you wouldn't believe about the accuracy of this weapon. Unbelievable. I have shot ducks on the wing with this weapon. I've shot shotgun shells tossed in the air, used mirrors and shoot behind the back, and you name it. Typical of, or I guess it's typical of 15-year-old kids that love the outdoors and spend a lot of time out there. But it has the military open sight in the back. There's a small spring under it. A military ramp sight in the front. There is serrations on the ramp to block any glare. There's a barrel ring here. This model also came equipped with the sling swivels. It is tube fed. I have checked it. It is empty. It looks from the outset, or the outside, you know, it looks like the old M1. There's a swivel sling swivel right there. The butt plate is marked and checkered Marlin. It also has a white spacer that you can see in there. This was a fine weapon. Still is. I don't shoot it that much anymore. But if it could speak, it could tell you some stories. It came with a gold trigger, which is most of it has since been worn off. It tears down like the Model 60, very similar, in that it has this bolt here and a couple bolts, screws here that you take out. It can be fitted, or could be fitted, for a scope along these two ridges here. Slide on and slide off type mounts. I showed this to a friend, and I told him, I said, I've shot it so much I actually shot the rifling out of it. And I let him peer into the barrel there, and he laughed, and he said, no, he said, that's the Marlin micro rifling, which is what made these and the Marlin Glenfield Model 60s, Marlin Model 60s. It's what made them so deadly accurate. The safety is just a cross bolt, actually cross trigger safety. And it was marked in red at one time. It just feels good, you know what I mean? It'll hold 9. You could jack it back one time and put the 10th one in there. It has an 18-inch barrel. The barrel is blued. The barrel band here is blued, but the sights and the receiver group, it looks like a black paint. I could touch it up, but that's just character marks. And here is the roll mark. I'm hoping I can hold this thing still enough. But notice the script that they used to market Marlin firearms. And coming on up, you'll see it say Model 99 M1 Caliber 22 and the serial number. Or actually, not the serial number, but New Haven, Connecticut. As a 14 or 15-year-old boy, I was able, just to show you how much our society has changed, I was able to walk in unaccompanied by an adult, purchase this gun. It didn't have a box. They probably gave me a receipt that I threw in the garbage on the way out. And I was able to walk out on Main Street in small town USA, walk past the banks, walk past the police officer directing traffic, and go to the vehicle that I came in. I think I had a learner's permit. You didn't need an adult. And get in my car and drive off, and nobody raised an eyebrow. It's just, it's got a lot of history with it, you know, personal history. This thing has been pillar to post, believe me. Still, just as accurate as it was the day I bought it. And of course, those of you who own weapons like this, you know, when you pick them up, your mind starts thumbing through its pages, all the memories that you had with it. And I thought it was neat that it was styled after the M1. Thought you might like to look at it. It's actually worth about 3 times more. It's only worth about, in good condition, about $126, according to the Gun Trader's manual. But I only paid $40 for it. But it's almost 50 years old. It's probably older than most of you who were kind enough to take the time to stop and look at it. Deadly accurate. When the hammer went down, wherever the sights were, that's where the round struck. Like I say, it was considerably lighter colored, and age and time and hands and drug through the swamps of Louisiana has changed it. But just a neat weapon. One of these days I'll find out a better way to show you long guns. But I thought you'd enjoy it. I appreciate you watching.